I was talking about Build Back Better. I was watching the speech last night, Boris Johnson, at the end of the annual Conservative Party conference. He was, giving his troops the rallying cry. It's usually quite a substantial policy manifesto. It wasn't last night. It was full of university-level gags, I have to say. A little bit of detail on a couple of things. Housing, some things there on immigration. He had to invoke Thatcher about his tax hikes. I think she should be turning in a grave about tax hikes, not tax cuts. It's interesting, though, there on the lectern was that same slogan, James. I don't know if you saw it, but what did you make of it all? Because, of course, he has got now, wife, a very, very green wife, wanting lots of big commitments come Glasgow, and time's ticking on.
Well, yeah, and I mean, the thing is, I think, Peter, Boris Johnson loves to think of himself as this sort of great Churchillian sort of figure in history, but when it comes to his speech making, he's really more of an after-dinner speaker. He spent many, many years just on the circuit when he was at the Spectator, going and, jollying up the insurance convention. Oh, it's so nice to be here tonight, everybody. That sort of thing. So it's not really, the deep, deep thoughts you're going to get out of him on the speech. Build Back Better, as you say, and as Corey says, is a very strange slogan that's getting adopted by an awful lot of people to, I think, cover an awful lot of very bizarre aims that people are trying to push out of the crisis of the pandemic. The one thing I will say, though, in Johnson's defense here, is that where it matters, he does seem to be able to be counted on, because right now he has sent a British carrier group through the South China Sea with a number of other nations to ensure that freedom of movement and send a message to China that that is important. So you do have to give credit where credit is due on that. That said, going into Glasgow, you can only imagine, as you say, how much Mrs. Johnson is in his ear saying, do this, do that, and turn out the lights. But that might not be possible with the energy crisis they're having.
Yeah, it's a chaotic mess over there at the moment. James Morrow, Corey Bernardi. Thank you, gentlemen. See you next week.